Good evening and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're all well. Hope you're ready for a little bit of gaming. So, what are we playing this evening? We are going to be playing a game of Undaunted North Africa from Osprey Games. So, let's give you the overview. Undaunted North Africa is a campaign-driven deck-building game of tactical World War II combat. Use your cards to seize the initiative, bolster your forces, or control your troops on the battlefield. But be warned, every casualty on the field removes a card from your deck, limiting your options and leaving you at the mercy of your opponent. This standalone sequel to Undaunted Normandy introduces vehicles, new forces, actions and objectives, deeper asymmetry and 11 new scenarios. So that is what we are playing tonight. Good evening to Sarah and to Mystical Unicorn Painting. Yes, Sarah, this is not a game of online tanks, but I am a little bit concerned because I think you put in far too much time there, and I'm going to find tonight a real challenge. So I take it you're all set and ready in the voice chat? Shall we bring you on in? Yep, okay, let's unmute you then. Good evening, Sarah.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent.
Me all right?
Yes, no, very clear. Excellent. Let me just change something. Hang on a second. There we go. I think that might be a little bit better. All right, so...
I was hoping Mystical would come in here and maybe help me, but apparently that won't be the case.
Oh, that'd be unfair, 2 against 1. No, you'll be fine. I'm sure you will. So let me give us the opening scenario here, because as I explained, this is a campaign-driven game. We're going to play the very first scenario, and each of the scenarios within the game are taken from historical events. So I have a little bit of info to set the scene. And let's just jump to the table so you can actually see how the sort of board is set out. There we go. All right. So this is scenario 1, landing ground 7. The Jelo Kufra Road, Eastern Libya, 17th of September 1940. The LRP, which was the predecessor to the LRDG, performed its first major action in September 1940. The patrol identified an Italian landing ground along the road between Jelo and Kufra in eastern Libya. The LRP destroyed the fuel dump and navigation equipment at the airstrip. Nearby, they ambushed 2 lorries that were carrying Italian military supplies and mail. So that's basically what we have set out here. We have a supply dump up in the top there. We have the airfield with a hangar and a plane. And then we have a lorry down at the bottom here carrying supplies and mail. And the way we've set the game up is that, Sarah, you will be playing the defending Italian forces. You start just here on this tile. Whilst I will be playing the British forces coming in from the eastern side just there. The objectives on this particular scenario is for you to control 3 of these landmarks. So the supply dump, the hangar, the plane, or the truck. All right. It is my objective to destroy 3 of those landmarks. And whoever meets their objective ultimately is the winner. And that's basically it as far as the sort of mission setup. So we can move on from that. And yes, it was French. It's completely wrong.
Oh.
Oh, this
Spaghetti.
is gonna...
I don't know.
This is going to be a longer game, isn't it?
Okay, real quick.
Yes.
Can you please point the buildings out on the map?
Okay, so we got the supply dump up at the top here. All right.
Okay.
So it's the third one on the top row. We have on the second row, we have the hangar on the third tile. And then we have the plane on the fourth tile.
Okay, so that's considered a building?
Yes. Yes. All right. And then right down on the bottom, on the fourth row, second tile, we have the truck. Okay. Now the game, really easy to play. It's actually, this is a game I've been looking forward to playing for some time because there has been a lot of positive coverage regarding it on just how immersive it is and gives you a true sense of a skirmish game, but it's actually a deck building game. But mixing in then obviously wargaming elements as well. So I'm very excited about this. So you basically have your deck of cards just here. This has a predetermined group of units. We'll have given these a shuffle. You will draw up 4 cards at the start of your turn. You will then, when it's your turn, you have the option to basically play each or all of those cards, or a couple of those cards, do one action per card, and then once you finish your turn, any cards that you haven't played are just discarded. And then play moves over to the next player. And then what will happen is per each round, we will determine initiative. Initiative on the first round is with you as the Italian force. That's already preset. So we will then select cards to determine who had the initiative in the second round and subsequent rounds. All right. And as I say, pretty much it's pretty easy as far as what you're able to do. So I think what we can probably do is actually play the game and explain everything as we go along, which is a little bit of learning for us, a little bit of learning for the viewers as well. All right. Just looking in the chat, is that Damn the Man? Because I'm just looking at... I would expect it was Dan, but it looks like it's a Dam. I think it is. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Have I played the Normandy version? I have not. This is my first experience of the Undaunted series of games. So yes, you're quite right. There is the Normandy version. This is North Africa. And I believe by the end of this year, maybe in a few months' time, they are launching Stalingrad. So there's going to be 3 games within the series. All right, so there we go. Okay, Sarah, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Okay, hello. Right, so let's just work our way through here because I have our instructions, which again, really nice. And the fact of this is basically the instructions tell you how to set up the first mission. You have elements here which go through the various counters and the various cards. But pretty much as far as how to play, you've got 2 pages here which tells you about your turns and about determining initiative and drawing cards, and about entering and exiting vehicles. Vehicles was a new addition to the series with this particular game. We then have 2 pages on actions, 2 pages on combat, and then giving you an example, and that's pretty much it. So in fact, really, to learn how to play the game, it's literally 4 pages. So this is nice and easy. Dan is saying there's also the reinforcement set, which bolsters both the UN and UN8. Yep, you're quite right. And in fact, that's actually what I have here. I do have the reinforcements set as well. I was going to, I will be showing that at the end. But you seem to be very aware of this game already. So you could probably help us along. Make sure Monkey reads everything. Yes. I know. All right, so here we go. So play takes form in a series of rounds, each which both players will play cards to move soldiers, attack the opposing forces, and grab objectives. Each round consists of the following 3 phases. We draw cards, we determine the initiative, and then the players take turns. All right? So for this first round, our initiative has already been set that it is the Italian forces that go first. So basically, we have to draw cards. Both players draw 4 cards from the deck and form a hand. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I have already shuffled these. And I'm just going to take my 4 over here. So then, Sarah, let's show you what cards you have. Click onto here. All right, here we go. I'm going to point out that the number at the top refers to the initiative. Oh, Dan was actually saying you still do have the initiative step. Italians have the initiative, so they win if they both flip the same. That's, oh, yeah, good call. Okay, so we'll go through these cards and then we'll do this initiative step. So initiative is in the top corner, which is going to be important. We have the name of our particular unit. We have the types of actions that this particular unit is able to do. So you have a scout. You have another scout. Now, your units are grouped into squads. So what this means, in effect, because you've got 2 scout cards, you effectively could do one action with this card, and then you do another action with the exact same group, but using the second card. So that's how you're able to move the same unit multiple times if you wanted to do so. And it's a similar situation here. The Rifleman, and then you've got a machine gunner. So you've actually got a good selection here. So Rifleman is, let's just make sure it's focused, there you go. Gives you the move, the attack, and control. And I'll explain what these are in a second.
I'm writing things down.
Oh, okay. Did you catch the ones for the scout?
I got 2 scouts, yeah.
Okay.
They all said the same thing on them.
So scout, attack, recon, and conceal.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what points up top was the Rifleman?
Rifleman is a 5. Your scouts are 6, and your machine gunner is 3. Which makes kind of sense, doesn't it? Your scouts are going to have greater awareness of what's around them, so hence the higher initiative.
So the machine gunner, what it's on the bottom of that one, if you don't mind, I'm trying to write it down so that way I'm not constantly asking you.
Yeah, well, that's it. Because you've got a limited selection here, once you have these written down, you're good to go for the entire game. So machine gunner is an initiative of 3, a move of 1, an attack of 2, and a suppress of 4. Okay,
all right,
yeah,
I got it.
Yeah. Did you get the numbers for the scout? Let me just make sure.
6. Oh, scout is a 2.
So scout is
attack
2.
1,
attack
recon,
1.
conceal.
Yep. And then for the Rifleman, it was a move of 1.
We have move 1, attack 1, control.
Attack 1. That's it. All right. Let me just.
I'm on it.
You are indeed. Let me just make sure I've got mine so we can have a quick look. Okay. Right. One card that you haven't thankfully got within your hand there is the Fog of War card. Okay? If you've played a deck building game before, this is the type of card where basically you can use it as an initiative card because it has a value of 1, but there are no actions for the Fog of War. So effectively what it does is it sort of blocks up your deck a little bit, and you are able to get rid of these out of your deck because there are some actually in your hand, in your deck at the moment, you're able to discard them. And I will come to how you're able to get rid of them, because it is one of the actions. But what you're able to do is start loading up your deck with good cards, get rid of the Fog of War cards, so you've always got the chance of, when that draw of 4 cards, it's always going to be cards that you want to use. All right? So that's something that you want to consider. And yes, that's another good point. Oh, damn, you're on fire here. So, as we said, your objectives are to control 3 of the 4 locations. And of your cards, the Rifleman is the only one that has the control ability. All right, let's just have a quick double check here. Machine Gunner has Suppress, and the Scout has Recon and Conceal. Okay, so it's the Rifleman that you have to keep alive.
So I have to get 3 Rifleman cards out, essentially, to get 3 Riflemen on the board?
No, because the Rifleman, let's just go back to here. The cards represent these 3 counters on the board. So it's basically as a squad. What you have is all of Squad A.
So once my Rifleman goes to a square and controls it, then he can go to a different square and control it. I don't necessarily have to have 3 separate Riflemen.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And it's just a case of then keeping those objectives under your control. But yes, he's the only one who can take control.
What's your objective?
My objective is to destroy the landmarks. So I'm in a similar situation where I have just one character, which is the engineer, who has the demolition action. Right? So the engineer is the one who's going to try and blow up the structures. All right. And let me just double check, because let me just make sure I've got this right. Yes, these are all Squad A cards. That's correct. All right. So then, okay. So I'm going to do my card first here. Let's do that one there. Okay, right. So I've chosen first. I'm going to put that card there. So it is done. So determining initiative. Both players secretly select one card from their hand and reveal it simultaneously. The player who has selected the card with the highest initiative takes the initiative marker, flipping it to the side that matches their faction. That player will take actions first during this round. In the case of a tie, the player who has the initiative marker keeps the initiative. Both players discard their chosen card. Alright, so I have already chosen a card with an initiative value. It is now up to you, out of the cards that you have, to choose. Now you're going to be discarding this card. You're effectively going to be playing it straight away.
I have to do one of my scouts.
You're going to do one of your scouts. Alright, so we're going to use that. We know that that's been played. I'm going to just leave those there. So you're playing a 6, and I am playing a Fog of War card, which is a 1. Okay, so you keep the initiative. So we discard your card, I discard that over there. Yes, I will always make sure that I select my card before Sarah, just so that it's fair. Even though with the nature of the game,
as fair as we can be.
Exactly. Yes, I always have an idea what cards you have, but believe me, there's so much going on, I tend to forget. Okay then, so the player with the initiative marker, so you have that there. Plays cards from their hand.
Don't worry, damn the man. I'm completely unaware of what's happening, so from my end, I'm playing properly.
So players with the initiative marker play cards from their hand one at a time into a play area in front of them. Once they have no more cards in their hand that they can or wish to play, their turn ends. All cards left in their hand and in the play area are moved into that player's discard pile. The player without the initiative then takes their turn in the same way. You cannot save hands in your hand for future rounds. When you play a card, you can use it to do one of the following. So then, let's just make sure here. So a card action, you can choose one of the listed actions and perform it in full. Now, the game does include vehicles. There are no vehicles in this scenario, so we don't have to worry about that. So we can do vehicle actions. You can switch seats within a vehicle, which again we don't have to worry about. So hunker down is the only... So we've got card actions, which are on the actual cards themselves, and hunker down, which is return a card to your supply. So let me just explain that. When you hunker down, return that card to your supply. It is removed from your deck until you take a bolster action to return it to the deck. Be careful when hunkering down with a card that has the bolster action, as you might not be able to add it to your deck later. You cannot hunker down with Fog of War cards. Okay, so let's go explain the Fog of War. You cannot play Fog of War cards during your turn. You can select a Fog of War card when determining initiative, which is what I did. The only way to remove a Fog of War card from your deck is to take a recon action. Recon was part of your scouts actions, okay? Normally, a Fog of War card will stay in your hand until the end of your turn, when you will discard it as normal. So, let's just quickly jump then to what the recon does, because this is going to be quite important in getting rid of those Fog of War cards. So, as a scout's action, using recon, choose a Fog of War card from your hand and remove it from the game. Then draw a card from your deck. If your deck is empty, shuffle your discard pile into the deck and continue drawing. Do not shuffle any cards in your play area into your deck. So if you have no Fog of War cards in your hand, you cannot take this action. So that is how you're going to get rid of your Fog of Wars. You're going to use your Scout's action of Recon. You would discard the Fog of War card that was in your hand, and you will draw up a fresh card from your deck. The deck being the set of cards here, not the supply. Okay? So slowly but surely, you can actually get rid of all of your Fog of War cards. So then, let's just quickly go through these actions that we described. So move. Move the soldier's combat counter up to the number value of tiles. The tile you move to or through must be scouted or controlled by your side. So then, let's just point some things out here. These binocular counters refer to sections that have been, I'm sure that they have been scouted. Yes, they have been scouted. So these are areas that you are aware of. All right, and so long as those counters are there, you can physically move your units into them. So it will be worth then saying that the next action is control, and remember, Rifleman, the units that can do control. So take control of the tile that soldier's combat counter is on by flipping the control marker to its control side. So this is a perfect example for you here. Your Riflemen are on this particular tile. They're on it because this section has been scouted. If you were to play your Rifleman card, you could do the control action, and you're able then to flip that token. That now means that that tile is controlled by you. And this is what you've got to do in the landmark sections. Okay, so first of all, you've got to scout that section by using your scout, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then you must move your Rifleman unit into that area and do the control action, and you will then have control. Of course, right, as you might imagine, I'm able to do exactly the same and flip control back to neutral and then to my control. All right. Have that there. Let's so we got move. We will deal with attack later. We're just going to do all these sort of unique abilities. So scout is going to be really important. Move the soldier's combat counter up to X number of tiles, which for the scout is up to 2 tiles. If any tile you move to or through does not have one of your control markers on it, place a control marker there on its scouted side. For each control marker you have placed, take a Fog of War card from your supply and place it in your discard pile. If you need to take more Fog of War cards than are available in your supply, take as many as there are still available. So for example, let's take this Scout here. The Scout can move up to 2. So for example, this Scout could move 1, 2. This section has already been scouted, but here's a new tile for the Scout. And what we're able to do is we could place a scouting token just there. All right. Your Rifleman could then, for example, could move as 1. And if you had a second card for them to be able to do the control, they could, for example, turn that.
Leave everything there.
What? I'm putting it all back. Don't worry. I'm putting it all back.
No, I'm saying leave it there. That was my plan.
Was that your plan? British intelligence knows what you're doing. Okay. Okay, so I think that is probably the most crucial part for you, really, is how to do your moving of your Scouts to explore, and then how to follow up with your Rifleman to take control. Right? And that's pretty much the most important part for you. Let's just see what else I just need to make sure I talk about. So we have Recon. We've done the Recon bit, because that's getting rid of... So remember, when you Scout, for every token you put down, you're going to pick up a Fog of War card. So remember, Recon is the way for you to get rid of those Fog of War cards. That's going to be important for you. Conceal, let's just have a look at that. That's unique to the Scouts. Take a Fog of War card from your opponent's supply and place it in their discard pile. If there are no Fog of War cards in their supply, this action has no effect. So by using your Scout's Conceal action, you're able to add more of my Fog of War cards into my discard and ultimately into my hand. That's really annoying, but very, very good. Okay, and what have we got? We'll do the attack later. Suppress. That's going to be... Oh, actually... No, I don't think we need to do that. I think we could probably get going because the other two actions, so the other two elements is attack and suppress, and we can deal with that once we actually do any combat. All right. Now, just so you're aware, I suppose I probably do need to go over it, don't I? To attack something, you're basically trying to work out what the defense value is of the target. You have typically a number within your on your actual card. So, for example, your Rifleman and your Scout both have an attack of 1. Your Machine Gunner has an attack of 2. So that's the number of dice you're going to be rolling. The tokens, and hopefully you can see here, they have numbers on them. So, and I suppose you want to know what mine are. My Gunner is 4, my Engineer is 5, and my Scout is 6. So what you're trying to do is rolling the number of dice per your attack. You want to get a result greater than the number that is of my defense. The modifier to it...
Whatever's in the box.
The modifier is whatever is on the actual tile. So, for example, most of these tiles have a 0 modifier. However, some of them have a 1. We have a 2, because this is hilly terrain up at the top here. There's a 1 here. You're within a 2 section there. So we add that modifier of the terrain, and then also we add the distance. So say, for example, I'm going to move my Engineer here. I'm going to put my Engineer there. My Engineer's got a score of 5. And let's just say that your Scout is going to attack. So first of all, he's got a 5. The modifier for the tile is 0, so adding nothing to it. And the range, we work out what is the quickest way to it, not including your tile. So it's 1, 2. This one is 1, 2. So it's still going to be 2. So it's 7. We're going to, it's 5 plus the 2, the distance is 7. A 7 or more on a 10-sided dice would mean that you would score a hit.
If you roll a successful right now and you don't roll any later, I'm going to be extremely upset with you.
Okay. Well,
monkey.
I have just done it. A 0, which is 10, means that is a success no matter what. So I've done the ultimate success on the very first roll of the game, which means there will be no more zeros for the entire game.
Now I'll never hit because you've done it in the practice. Not fair.
Oh, come on, you missed it.
The chat has heard me call this situation now. I've called it out loud that that's what's going to happen now.
Right. Okay, I think we are good to go. Anything else, we will refer to the rules. All right, but that pretty much is it. So you have 3 cards in your hand. Let's put these dice away. You have your scout, your rifleman, and your machine gunner.
So we're going to take the scout, and instead of going to the hangar, we're going to go down.
So you're gonna play the scout, and
but we're going to go down 2.
You're going to go down 2. So you're going to go now down, just directly diagonally down.
Just down, monkey.
So 1, 2. Okay.
It has not been that long since we've played.
That takes you into that rocky area. So as you move the scout, let's just refresh. Move through control markers. Place a control marker there on its scouted side. So let me get
a fog of love.
A fog of love count there.
Minty comes onto my team.
Take a fog of love from your supply. So we get to take the fog of... I keep on calling it fog of love now. Fog of war card, and add it from your supply to your discard pile. So that's going to go onto your discard. Done. I'm going to put your discard here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so that's your discard. Done. All right. So, great. Okay, we're doing good. So you've still got your rifleman and your machine gunner that you can use.
I'm going to move my machine gunner.
Yeah.
I guess we'll...
So machine gunner, let's just have a quick look. Machine gunner can move
they can move down 1.
He can move down 1. Okay. So he's going to go... He's just going to move down 1. Done. That's him done.
And then we'll move my my rifleman down 1 as well.
Rifleman, move down 1. Also.
And then I believe that's the end of my turn.
That is the end of your turn. Yeah, absolutely. All right. That wasn't too difficult, was it? All right. So let's take a look, see what I've got.
Because I actually watched the video.
It always helps, always helps.
I had assistance in also learning while watching the video.
I'm going to move... So I'm going to put my cards just here. I'm going to use my scout. And I'm going to move my scout up and over. So he's going to move by 2. So 1, 2. And so I take a Fog of War card. I'm going to put that into... Actually, if I put my discard over here, you can kind of see it. So that goes Fog of War and into there. And I need a scouting token. That goes in there. I have machine gunner. And where's the machine gunner go? He is going to move 1. I'm gone. And my engineer is going to move 1 as well. That's him done. Typical that the chat is ganging up on me already, hey? Okay. Right, so that is the end of the first round. A little bit of movement happened there. So we're going to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take my 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I need to see what my cards are so I can write down.
Indeed, you do. Well, it's going to be a similar setup to what you've already had. So
yeah, I just need to know if there's any cards that I didn't have written down before.
Sure. So you have Fog of War. All right. You have a machine gunner.
Okay.
And remember, these are the actions. Ah. Now, have I done something wrong there? Platoon sergeant.
Should I not have him?
Hang on a second. Let me just double check. Let me double check. Yeah, you should have him. But he was not placed on... Ooh. Right, so we need to get... Where is his token? Hang on. I think this actually... Right, this is not an actual token, it is an action. Let me...
That's how I get my cards back and extra cards and...
Yeah, let me
replay cards I've already played.
Let me just find him, because I think he's a special card. He's the overall commander, yes, indeed, yeah.
That's not what I meant by trouble, Mystic.
So, let me just... You have another rifleman. So you've got Fog of War, Machine Gunner, Rifleman. But the Platoon Sergeant gives you Bolster and Command. So let's explain those. Yeah, these are support actions. So, Bolster, take up to 3 cards from your supply. So your supply being the main area at the top here. And add them to your discard pile. If the card specifies a squad, you must take cards from that squad. Well, we don't have to worry about that. And then Command, draw up to 2 cards from your deck being the downwards facing cards there, and add them to your hand. You can play those cards as normal this turn. So it's like it's a booster, an instant booster for you there. If your deck runs out of cards before you finish drawing, shuffle your discard pile into a deck and continue drawing. Do not shuffle any cards in your play area into your deck. Yeah, so this is not an actual unit that goes on here. It's additional support actions. All right. So you have your platoon sergeant, you have a rifleman, you have your machine gunner, and you have a useless Fog of War card. All right. What do you want to do?
Hold on, I'm typing in chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, first I gotta pick what card I want to put down.
Oh, yes. Sorry, we have to do initiative first. Sorry, yes. Yes. And so, in fact, I should do that right away also. Ooh, okay. I'm going to put that one down just there. Right. Okay, so which are you going to use for your initiative?
Fog of War.
Fog of War, of course, yes. Good way of getting rid of that card. I have gone and I'm using the Lieutenant. So I went for initiative 9. I should have figured you would go for something small. So he's gone. Your Fog of War, that goes into the discards. All right. So I have initiative. So it's me who goes first this time. All right. I am going to play a warrant officer. And he has a... Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to play him yet. Sorry, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to play my engineer. Here we go. This is it. This will be an interesting go. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm getting it correct. So I'm going to play the engineer first, and I'm going to move the engineer into this section just there. See, Dam is already there. He's already there. He's already working what I'm doing out. So I've moved my engineer. Then I'm going to play the warrant officer, and he has the ability of inspire. So inspire, choose one card from your play area. I guess this would count as my play area, isn't it? So I've already done the engineer. And return them to your hand. So I can take that engineer back into my hand. Alright, and now I can play that card again. In other words, I'm getting 2 actions out of the 1 card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that engineer. And I'm going to attempt the demolition action. Let's see if we can get this right. Because I want to blow up that plane. Now, let's see. Let me just double check. I thought that would be a 0. It would be 1, 2. Yes, okay. So, demolition. So for demolition action, choose a vehicle, combat counter, or a structure marked on the same tile as the soldier taking the action. So demolition. So I have the plane has a value of 6. And my engineer. Now, let me just check on how to do this. Where is it? Demolition. Good evening, Baron. Good evening, Amberden. Welcome, both of you. Where is demolition? So vehicle, so I'm rolling. My engineer's got a demolition. I think it's a 3, isn't it? I just don't. Damn, you seem to be quite keen on the rules here. The demolition has 2 values, one in bold, one with a dotted line around it. Do you know what the difference is on that? I'm trying to find reference to it, and I can't find it.
On which one?
On the demolition, I'm assuming I'm going to have to roll 3 dice, and I need to get 6 or more. It's based on the defense type. Right.
Yeah, because one has like a solid line, one has like dotted lines.
It does, doesn't
right?
it? Yeah. So the unit has the dotted line, so that's what it's going to refer to. So it's 3 for both, isn't it? Yes. That's it. It's a structure defense and an armor defense. Yes. So this is structure defense. That's it. The dotted line is the structure. Okay, so we're good with that. So basically, I have to roll 6 or more with my dice. I think it's as simple as that. Let's move these over to one side. Let's roll these. Oh. Well, there you go. I get 2 7s and a 2. So roll a number of dice equal to the value of the combat action. If any of the dice show a number equal to or greater than the defender's total value, the attack is successful. So that's correct. The results of the attack depend on the type of target, so it is a structure. If the attack is successful, you have destroyed the structure. Remove the structure marker from the board and place it in front of you. Okay, and if it has any objective points, you'll score those. So I have destroyed the plane. And I will have 1 point at the end of the game. Okay, now just make sure I don't have to do anything as far as controlling the area. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I just have to destroy it. Okay. So that was it. That was done. So that's my engineer done, and I have my machine gunner. So I'm going to move him into there. And that means I get to discard all those. Oh yes, it is. You're quite right. Yes, it's not been scouted. Oh yeah, good call. Thank you. I'm glad someone's keeping an eye open there. Okay. I can't. Well. I'm going to leave him where he is, so I'm just going to discard the card. That's it. I'm done. Right, Sarah, over to you. So let's
have a scout in play.
So cards you have the platoon sergeant, you have the rifleman, you have the machine gunner. Those are the ones that you have available.
Then I guess I will use my command and get 2 from the deck.
So you're doing command, you're getting 2 from the deck. 1, 2.
Yeah.
So you have a squad leader.
Well, what does he do? Hold on, I gotta write him down.
And you have the fog of war. We'll put the fog of war at the back. The squad leader is bolster and inspire. So remember, I use the inspire, which means that you can play a card and then replay it. So in fact, I'm going to put him just to the side there, just in case you want to pick him up again. Bolster, take up to 2 cards from your supply, then add them to your discard pile. So using the bolster, you would be bringing on cards in from your supply. So you have scout cards, but they're going to go into your discard pile. It just means that when you have to shuffle through your discard to get yourself a new deck, there's going to be more scout cards for you to draw up, which is maybe to your advantage. Right? But remember, you could use the inspire from this card to get your platoon sergeant back in your hand to use the bolster of the platoon sergeant, which is 3 as opposed to 2. Okay. So
I could use a squad leader to reuse that platoon.
Yes. Right, and then you could either use the command action, because you'd have to shuffle.
Yeah, I'm gonna reuse my platoon.
So you're gonna use him as inspire.
And then, do I want to get 3 for my deck, or do I want to try to get 2 more to do actions with right now? I want to do 2 more to get action with right now.
Okay, so your deck has been used up, so we now need to shuffle this. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, so there's your new deck. So you're using his command action to draw up 2 cards. So you're getting a fog of war, and you're getting a machine gunner.
No, I wanted.
I know what you wanted.
A scout.
Okay, so you've got 2 machine gunners and 1 rifleman.
All right, we're gonna move the rifleman down 1.
You're going to move the rifleman down 1, so let's use his card. So that goes there, so you're going to move rifleman down by 1. Done. Okay, so you have your machine gunner that can move You got 2 cards, so it's 2 actions effectively for your machine gunner now.
Okay, and he rolls 2 when he shoots.
Well, he has an attack of 2, so that's 2 dice. But he also has suppress. So let me just find what suppress is. Now, what suppress has a different. Because suppress is.
Oh no,
4.
we can't. Oh no, oopsies, we did that wrong.
What?
Oh, we weren't. I wasn't allowed to replay the command card. You can only inspire things.
Oh, are we?
With tokens.
Oh, okay. Hang on. So what did we? I drew up a. It was the new cards was a machine gunner and a fog of war, wasn't it?
Fog. Yeah. So put those back.
So hang on. Where's the inspire? There's the inspire one.
So I guess since I can't do that, then what I would do is. Okay, then. So put that back. Yeah. Sorry, we have to undo everything. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm looking at chat here. Monkey has lots of Achilles heels. He has so many Achilles heels. His legs mostly heal.
Okay, so the Rifleman I still used. We still moved him.
Yep.
But I'm keeping the one that lets me replay people.
Squad leader, that was it. Yes, so you've got him there. Yes.
Okay, so I've done my Rifleman.
Yep.
Now I am going to, so I have 2 gunners to move, or 2 gunners to do actions.
You have, yes.
Can I shoot your gunner?
So you could shoot my gunner. Are you going to do that with, and you're going to do that with your gunner, yes?
I only have 1 gunner to do it with, but...
Yeah, because that's the only person. So you've got 2 actions, okay. So you got two. Oh yeah. So you got a fog of war. That's why I'm getting confused. You got the 1 machine gunner and you got the squad leader. Okay. So you can do now. Suppress. I want to find where the instructions are for suppress because it's 4 dice for suppress.
Okay.
But why is it different? So, for an attack, a strafe, or suppress action, choose any enemy counter on the board with a regular defense value. Yep. So, attack versus defense, but where does it talk? Does it just mean suppress? You're just able to just...
It has something to do with flipping the card. It flips a token. Suppress flips the token, I think.
Oh yeah. If the attack,
well, that's what husband says. Yeah. I asked husband.
Yes, no, it's good. If the attack was a suppress action, no injuries are inflicted. Instead, flip the attacked combat counter to its suppressed side. If it is already suppressed, the attack has no effect. So there must be something.
Okay.
How do you
so
become
I'm just going to regular shoot yours. I'm going to regular shoot yours.
Just regularly, so you're just doing 2 dice then. All right. Let's move these out the way. So you're doing an attack of 2. Let's put that there.
Yeah, flip it back over. I think you have to re-control it. So you have to take an action to re-control that token.
Right. Oh, yes. If the attack was a suppressed action, no damage. Yeah. Got that there.
Oh, no, not control. It's just the token, to re-turn around the token.
Because, yes, that's how it becomes suppressed, because it becomes... sort of hazed on it. So I mean, you can't use then that particular counter, can you?
You would have to use your gunner card to flip your gunner person back over. Waste a turn.
Yes, that sounds right.
Okay, but I'm going to shoot your gunner.
But you're going to just shoot. So basically, you're doing your gunner. You're doing 2 dice, and so you've got it's 4, 5, 6. 7 plus 1 is 8, so you want 8 or more to be able to hit him. Okay. Let's roll these dice, see what we get. Oh, okay. It wasn't a 9, it's a 6. You got a 6 and a 1. So I'm afraid There's just lots of, squibs going off around the rocks where my gunner is sat. Alright, so no joy on that one. So your card left now is Squad Leader. So you can do the Bolster or the Inspire.
Let's do the Bolster.
So you're going to take... Bolster is that 2 cards from... 2 cards from your supply and add them to your discard pile. So you get the option, you can take your Rifleman, your Scout, or your Machine Gunner.
Scout and a Rifleman.
Okay, Scout and Rifleman. There you go, they've gone into your discard. Final card is your Fog of War, so that just gets discarded. All right. Okay, moving along. Next round. 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 for you. I can take up to 2, and I have to shuffle my discard. I'm shuffling off screen so that nobody can criticize my shuffling. No comment. Okay. 1, 2. Done. Let me just have a quick look. I've got to do my initiative. Okay. Done my initiative. Alright, let's see what cards you have. You have a... Oh, look over there. You have Fog of War. You have a Machine Gunner. You have a second Fog of War. And you have a Scout. Okay. So a Machine Gunner and a Scout are the 2 cards that you have. Which is a 6, a 3, and 2 1s. So what do you want to use?
Have you already put yours down?
I have. My one is just there. See? There it is.
Fog.
You're going to use a Fog? Okay, I'll put your Fog just there. Alright, I'll reveal my card. I did a Fog as well. So, I think I'm correct in saying that if it's a tie, the player who has the initiative marker keeps the initiative. So I keep it in this instance. You take that card there. That is now new discard over there. So I am going to start the round. So then... I will... Okay, here we go. I'm going to use a Scout to move 2. So my Scout is going to go 1 to the hangar and 2 to the supply dump. Which means I put down 2 tokens and I draw up... That's my discard, isn't it? Yeah. 2 Fog of War cards. That's the Scout done. I am then going to move my Engineer I'm going to move my Engineer by 1. I'm going to go up to the top just there. And then finally, I'm going to use my Machine Gunner, and I'm going to have him doing exactly what you just did, firing across at your gunner.
So bad.
Okay, let's just put those to one side. So it should be similar setup. You have strength of 4. +1 because the terrain is 5, and it's 1, 2, 3, so it's 8 or more to hit. Okay, let's give it a go. I get a 3 and a 4, So no
Yeah,
joy.
you do take that.
No joy in that. We just seem to be trading bullets with one another. Okay. So that is my turn done. Let's go to you. What do you have? You've got your scout, you got your machine gunner, and your fog of war. So those are the 2 cards you've got. What do you want to use
So I'm going
first?
to start with my scout.
Going to use your scout first. All right.
And I'm going to go do the truck.
So you're moving him over to the truck, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that gives you a token just going on in there. All right. So that has been scouted. Scout is done. You have a machine gunner.
Okay. No, my scout's not done technically. I thought that it gets to move too.
It does, yeah. You can move it. Yeah, you can go move to another section. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's move up 1.
In which direction? Back towards you or towards me?
That little pond-looking thing.
The pond-looking thing. All right. So the scout goes there, and another token goes there.
Real quick, could you hear that loud booming sound?
Was that the thunder?
No, that was a jet.
A jet. That's cool. We get
sound of the jet.
Proper special effects going on here. That's cool. Okay, so your scout has gone to an idyllic pond to rest his feet. You then have your machine gunner left.
Gonna shoot your engineer.
You're going to shoot the engineer. So we are basically doing the same thing here, aren't we? So it is going to be roll of 7 or more. Okay, let's put...
Wait, what is your engineer? Oh, 5?
Oh, sorry, you're going for the engineer up the top. Sorry, I do apologise. Okay, so hang on a second. So it's 5.
Yeah, did you give me 2 fogs?
No, need to do that. Good. 1, 2, there you go. Put those in there. Done. So you're going for the engineer. So it's a 5. 6, 7, 8. Yes, it's still the same because there's no defensive value there, but the distance is meaning it's
There's
an 8.
another one.
Thank you, Dan, for the fog note there. All right, so here we go. 8 or more.
They're doing drills or something.
Oh, I'm going to put that dice over there. I'm afraid that's 2 5s.
Which together...
Unfortunately, you don't add them up together. No. So, yes, the engineer is ducking behind some barrels of gasoline. I'm not quite sure that's the best place to go, but he seems to be okay so far. Right. There we go. So that is the end of that round. We need to draw up new cards. So you've got 2, and then need to shuffle your cards. See, I've never been able to learn how to shuffle. You'd think the amount of games that I play, I should have learnt by now, shouldn't I? But I am rubbish at it. I can do the shuffle where you do it on the table and ruin all your cards.
Can you hear it though?
Not really, because all I can remember, we on the in the chat have got the sound effects of guns firing constantly.
Oh, so then just me real life, because I don't hear. Oh, here it goes. There it goes. Choo.
Choo. 1, 2,
I think it's
3.
F-16s or something flying over.
F-16s. All right.
Mhm.
Like Iron Eagle.
Yeah. After those started, and my husband just left for work, so now that he's home during the day and he hears them, that's when he said, "We will not be living in this house forever."
Right. Okay, I've played my initiative card there. Let's go over to you. Oops. See what you got. You have the Rifleman, initiative 5, the Scout, initiative 6, Fog of War 1, and another Fog of War. What would you like to play?
Put my fog of war.
Put the Fog of War down. I thought it might be. Okay, and so let me reveal my card is Fog of War as well. So I maintain the initiative. We put those in our discards. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. But this is good. You see, I always like I do always like our first games because you it's when we're learning the game and we're thinking, okay, let's do things just to find out what happens and how we're able to make things go. So, so that does that.
I'm really sad that I cannot sit in my designated gaming chair to play games with you, monkey.
Why is that? Why can't you sit in that? Is it all swapped around now?
No, I have a swing.
A swing?
Like a hammock swing.
Is that your designated gaming chair?
Yeah, it's where I go and play my Switch. Because it's in the sunroom and at conservatory. And it's like all windows all the way around. So I'll sit out there and watch the birds at the bird feeder and stuff and play on my Switch and just see all the trees and stuff. But I can't play in my swing out there because the whole laptop and taking notes and stuff.
This is true. Yes, I'm forcing you to have to concentrate.
Now, if we ever play like Wings, the butterfly game,
oh yes,
Dust in the Wings,
yes.
or whatever, that I could do because then I could just do Discord via the phone and or just plugged in the laptop and then play on the tablet. So
that's true. That's true.
But when notes are involved,
right, I'm going to play my lieutenant and use the command action. So I am able to draw up 2 cards from my deck and add them to my hand. So I'm going to take my deck, 1, 2, add them to my hand. Okay. I am going to... Okay.
as chat has mentioned, I do yell at the birds to come to the bird feeders because I got nice bird feeders for them, and I'm like, come eat the bird seed from the bird feeders. But then they eat all of the bird seed, and I get upset at the rate at which they are then eating the bird seed.
Slow down on the eating.
Yes.
I'm going to use my engineer to try and blow up this supply depot.
Don't do it.
Well, it's kind of my mission. This is what I've got to do. So I'm rolling 3 dice, and I require a 6 or more. I think it is as simple as that. I don't think I'm missing anything. I hope not. Yeah. It is just a case of roll the dice against the structure defense, which is the dotted line, which is a 6. Get a 6 or more. It's blown up. Okay, let's do it. Oh, we got a 3, we got a 2, but what's under your cards? A 7! Okay. So that was lucky. There was a bit of definite monkey rolling going on there. So, kaboom! The supply depot has been destroyed.
Can no longer win.
In effect. Oh, I don't know. Ooh. The thing is, this truck has a point value of 2. So if you are able to control the truck and control the hangar, you would have 3 points against my 2 points.
Okay.
Right. So this, if I destroy this, then yes, that would be the end of the game. So it's still something. There's still something to play for. Right. I've got to come here. If you can kill my, remember, if you can kill my engineer, effectively, I can't continue because there's nobody else who can blow shit up, basically. So
Ooh, Monkey said a bad word and it wasn't me.
it was
Ooh.
okay. So I've
Ooh.
done my engineer. I'm gonna do this real quick. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to
We'll say, just based on the few turns we've taken, I'll play this game with you again.
Are you enjoying it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're figuring it out pretty decently.
Yes. So I'm going to use the warrant officer. Going to do inspire. So choose up to X number of cards from your play area. My play area being my engineer. So I'm going to take my engineer back into my hand. I'm then going to play my engineer straight away to move the engineer to the hangar.
Crap.
And then I'm going to play the scout. What can the scout do? The scout can do recon. So choose the Fog of War card from your hand. Well, my last card is a Fog of War. And remove it from the game. Then draw a card from your deck. Right? Well, my deck is literally one card. My card is then a machine gunner. So draw a card from your deck. Done. Do not shuffle any. So yeah, so basically I have this one card to play. I'm going to play the machine gunner. I'm going to use the gunner to shoot your gunner. Let's see if we can try and get a hit here. So I'm looking at 2 dice, 8 or more. Let's give it a go. Oh, but that's a 9. Okay, so we have a hit against your gunner. We haven't actually had a success like this yet. So here we go. So it is successful. Attacking against successful against a soldier, you have inflicted an injury. Your opponent must find a card that matches the attacked combat counter and remove it from the game. If possible, they must remove the card from their hand. So we look at your hand and see, do you have gunner in your hand? You don't. So it's not. We don't take it from there. If they don't have a card for that soldier in their hand, they must remove it from their discard pile. So your discard pile was just the Fog of War card, so it's not from there. Don't have a card for a soldier in discard pile, then remove it from their deck. So we go through your deck. And there we go. We got the machine gunner. So basically, we take that card out, and that is out of the game for you. So what the cards now represent is your sort of life points for that particular unit. So eventually we get to a point where you will have no cards for the gunner, because the next stage would be to take it from the supply. And once the supply is completely out, we then take the token from the board, and that unit is completely destroyed. So that's how the units actually get taken out of the game. Okay. So we took a bit of a hit. That's that done. All of those go into discard. And it is over to you.
So I'm going to take my Rifleman and move him one.
Where are you moving him to?
Well, that's a silly question, Monkey.
Yes. You're going over to the truck. Of course you're going to the truck. Sorry.
You kill my person, and then you're like, let me just stomp on you more.
Okay. So you've now got a scout and a Fog of War card. So just remember, just what I did, that recon action. Choose a Fog of War card from your hand and remove it from the game.
Attack you.
Then draw a card from your deck.
I'm attacking you.
Oh, you're attacking? You're going to attack me as a scout? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's 1 dice. You're attacking the engineer, I'm assuming. So it is a he's a 5. Nothing for the location, but 1 for the distance. So it's 6 or more with 1 dice. And that's an attack, and you got the Fog of War there, so that doesn't count. Okay, 6 or more. Here we go. Hey! It's a 9. Okay. So I don't have a hand. I have a discard pile. So we've got to take out the engineer. There we go. Out of the discard pile. So he now is discarded. Done. All right. Draw up 4 more cards. Getting a bit of a pace going on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. I have to shuffle my deck. Hello, Lostor. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm getting severely beat at this game. Welcome. But I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're all having fun.
I mean, honestly, if the game ended right now, we could probably get another quick round of this same scenario.
Oh, I think, well, granted, we did take about half an hour to explain everything, didn't we? You never know, but
right.
Let's see how it goes. Okay, I've got my card for initiative. Let's go for your cards. So what have we got? You've got your squad leader. You've got your rifleman. You've got your scout, and you've got another rifleman. So you have to decide which of these are you going to use as your initiative. Got a 2 5s, a 6, and a 7. Scout, 2 riflemen, and your squad leader.
And squad leader can't help bring back the one that we used at the beginning.
Squad leader.
Correct. Like, squad leader, we can't pull back the card that we used for initiative. Because
Potentially.
initiative, once we put down initiative, it's gone, correct?
No, I don't think so.
Damn the man. Rule book?
Yeah, I'm looking at the rule book. I don't think so. It was only... if the card specifies a squad, it must... So inspire. If the card specifies a squad, you must take cards from that squad only. No. Let me just double check here. Yes, because these, so yeah, you could actually draw back a squad card. So that'd be fine. You just can't draw back a support card.
Initiative card is discarded. It's not in the play area. That's what I thought.
Right. Okay.
All right. But I want all of my cards.
I know you probably do, don't you?
Okay, did you put down yours?
I have. It is just here.
All right. I guess put down my 5.
So one of your riflemen. Okay. Rifleman down at 5. I used the fog of war. So that goes... That's effectively into your discard there. That goes there. That's mine there. You now have the initiative.
Right.
All right. Over to you then.
So my rifleman's gonna control.
Okay. So rifleman does control. Take control of that tile. The soldier's combat counter is on by flipping the control marker. So, flipped. That's basically it. So you have control of that building. All right, done. You've got your scout.
Scout's gonna move up 1.
Scout is going to move. Well, is he moving up to what? To the engineer? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. So Scout's going to go to there. Oh, I know what you're doing. Okay, done. Is he? Remember, he's got 2 movements, so is he moving anywhere else, or is he just doing that? Just to be clear.
No, I think he's gonna stay there.
Gonna stay there. Okay, fine. He's done. Now, let me just double check on this, because as he moves, if any tile you move through does not have one of your control markers, control markers. So I just need to double check here. I think it is scout.
Conceal does what again?
Conceal, take a fog of war card from your opponent's supply and place it into their discard pile. But
Okay.
how? Music. So I need to double check this on how you can turn. Because I have that section as scouted from me. How do you turn it so it's scouted from
Fine.
you?
You put down my own scouted thing.
Yeah, so let me just see here. So scout, move the soldier, combat counter number of tiles. Any tile you move to or through does not have one of your control markers on it. Place a control marker there on its scout side. For each control marker you've placed, take a fog of war card. If you need to take more fog of war cards from available supply, take as many as they're available.
I have a scouted token.
We both have one. Oh, okay. Well, that's easily done. Kind of makes sense then, doesn't it? Ah, so only the control side can be faced up by one side. Fair enough, yes. Fair enough. Okay.
I don't know if I want to attack you again or if I want to move my rifleman.
So this is the thing, you have... You've got in your discard, you've got the rifleman. Well, actually, in the play area, you've got that. Let's just have a quick look in your discard.
Engineers do you have?
How many? I think I'm going to have 4 engineer cards. I've got 2 still in the supply that haven't been used. And I've got however many were in the deck, minus 1 now, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to use my squad leader to re-pick up my scout card and try to attack you.
Okay, so that goes to there, that goes here, and now you're going to do an attack. So the attack on here is, it's going to be 5 or more, because we're on the same tile, and there's no bonus for sort of terrain. So doing your attack, 5 or more. Okay, well, here
No,
we
not
go.
you, the dice. I'm not trying to rush you. I'm trying to cheer on the dice.
Okay, here we go. 5 or more. Come on. Here we go. Yeah!
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 6.
Aha.
Okay, so
So see, when you get excited about the dice rolls, I'm confused because I don't know if you're excited because I didn't hit you or you're excited because I did hit you.
so you got a 6. So as Dan rightly points out, see again, this is where the tactics of the game it really comes in. So first of all, I've got to remove it from my hand, which means if it's not in my hand, I can't blow up the damn thing. So in fact, it's not in my hand. So we then have to remove it from my deck. There's one. Oh, okay. So you have killed the engineer card, so that's gone. So it's not in my hand, and I've taken it out of my deck.
Okay, game continues a little longer, just a little bit.
Just eking it out just a little bit more. So all those cards, that's your go done. They're all in your discard. Right. Over to me. Discard, yes, was just this one card here. I starting a fresh discard, so didn't count. Okay, well, right. Now I'm going to have to do some serious... How am I going to do this? Right. Machine gunner. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this so we can find out how it works. I want to do the suppressing fire on your scout. So it is 4 dice. He's got a 5, and basically I'm firing across clear land. 1, 2.
All twos.
All right.
All twos.
It's gonna be 7 or more. 7 or more. We gotta immobilize your scouts. 7 or more.
All twos.
7 or more.
All twos.
Oh, it's a 0. It's a 0. We're in there. So your scout suppressing fire. What did we find out how to? Yeah, so no injuries inflicted. Instead, flip the attacked combat counter to suppress side. Okay. Where does it say? Where does it say about how do you come unsuppressed?
I'd have to use my next scout card. I would pretty much have to waste that turn to reactivate that player.
Do you just sort of discard your card then? Is that what happens? Oh, there we go. Suppress soldiers. If a soldier's combat counter is face down, showing its suppressed side, that soldier is suppressed and cannot perform any actions. If you would have taken an action with a suppressed soldier, flip that counter card face up on its ready side, but don't take the action. Place the card in your play area as normal. Yes, so basically you use the card and it just reactivates. He stands back up. Okay, so that's easily done.
You lose your next turn with that player, essentially.
Yes. So we've done suppressing fire from the gunner. That's actually, that's actually pretty useful. Okay. I'm going to. Ooh. Right. Okay, I'm going to use my warrant officer to use the bolster action. So I can take 2 cards from my supply and add them to my discard pile. Oh. Hang on a second. Okay, so 2 cards. I'm going to take my 2 engineer cards and put them into my... So that's the discard. These are the active ones. Actually, that's the discard. Those are the active ones for the time being. All right. And then...
I like this game. Once you figure out how to play it, I like it.
Yeah, it's getting nail biting now. So
even if I'm losing, I still like it.
No, I think you've got everything to play for. Don't you worry. And I am going to use command, which means I can take 2 cards from my deck. So put the lieutenant there to take top 2 cards from my deck. What forgot? So I can use my scout. And what the scout is going to do, he's going to do conceal. So take a fog of war card from your opponent's supply and place it in their discard pile. All right. So that's...
Oh no! What's that?
So I'm going to take a fog of war and put that into your discard. So I'm just going to make your discard just a bit clogged up with rubbish. All right. Those are all my actions done. They go into my discard like so.
Somebody
Okay.
get Monkey some water. He's extra salty over there. He could probably use it.
Meow. Okay. That's the end of the round. So now we draw up 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, well, you may have worked things out a little bit. 1, 2, 3. There's my last 4. Given things that I've had to do, so you might have had some intelligence going on here. So okay, let me check my card for. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Okay, Sarah, let's take a look at your cards. What have you got? You got Fog of War.
And again, I
Machine,
assume.
Machine Gunner. Platoon Sergeant. And another Fog of War. So 2 Fog of Wars. So basically, Platoon Sergeant and Machine Gunner. What would you like to use?
Well, I guess I'll put down a fog.
Down a fog. All right, put those there. I think I can move this out of the way. I think I'm quite confident now with how things are playing. Okay, and so let's. I did a Fog of War as well. So that means that's discarded. That's discarded. You maintain initiative. So you get to go first. You have your platoon sergeant and you have your machine gunner.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
We're going to suppress your engineer.
Okay, right. So you're just going to do that straight off the bat. So that is 4 dice. And it is 5, 6, 7. So you want 4 dice, 7 or more. All right, here we go. Oh, there we go. You got an 8. So, surprising fire.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew. So realistic, you guys. Pew, pew, pew.
Okay, so machine gunner, my engineer is suppressed. All right, so you then have the platoon sergeant, which you can bolster and command. You want a reminder? Bolster.
No, I know. Bolster is 3 from supply, command is 2 from deck. Discard deck. Or no, just from my deck to see what I can play. So we're going to do that. Pull me 2 cards.
So you're going to do playing that, take those final
pull me
2
2 cards.
cards, which is another Fog of War, and it's the scout. It's the scout that you're able to use.
Well, I guess use the scout to flip him over.
Yes.
To reactivate him.
Yes. Oh, there you go. All right, done. That's all of your cards played. Excellent. Okay, I've got my cards. I am going. Okay. Ooh.
I need to write a letter. Dear military, please don't run drills during this time of day on Wednesdays.
I am going to. I'm going to use my scout. Let's see if we can take a shot. My scout against your scout. So it is that's 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 or more on the dice. Let's see if we can take a hit. Oh, it's a 3, so that's rubbish. So he's no good. We'll use the machine gunner suppressing fire against your scout. So what did we work out before? It was 5, 6, 7. 7 or more.
2s.
7s.
All 2s.
Yay! There's a 7 and there's an 8. So suppressing fire. So he's turned back over. My final card was a Fog of War. So those go there. They're all done. Put them there. We're both in a situation where we need shufflings. So let's do that.
Let it be known now, though, my next draw is all Fogs of Love. I get a redraw. Fogs of War, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. There's your 4. Okay, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Okay, this dog keeps moving more and more behind my back.
And do those, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Okay. Quickly pick my card. Done. All right. Over to your card. What have we got? You got a scout. You got a rifleman. You got a squad leader and a fog of war. So what have you got? There you go. Fog of war. Rifleman, scout, squad leader.
Down Fog.
Fog of war, okay. Fog of war done. What did I go for? I went for a fog of war, so you get to keep initiative. All right. Over to you. Where you go? What do you want to do?
Who do I have?
Rifleman, scout, who is suppressed, squad leader.
Okay, so we are going to move my rifleman up one.
Okay, so using the rifleman, you're moving him up 1 into that area just there. Done.
Squad leader him back and move him up 1 again.
So you're
which way he's moving.
So you're squad leadering him to the rifleman, and then the rifleman to be used again to move up another one. Yeah, excellent. Okay, done. So you're left with your scout.
Scout, I can either unsuppress him, or I can get rid of a fog. I know. Damn the man, thank you.
It's getting close. It's getting close. Well, remember, you can't do anything with the scout other than the fact of unsuppressing him. That's it.
Oh yeah, so yeah, do that.
Yeah. So that goes there. Turns that just there. All right. Let's see. So I need to do... Right. I'm going to play a lieutenant to draw 2 cards from the deck. 1, 2. Okay.
You finally have your 2 engineers?
I'm not saying anything. I'm going to use my...
You're giggling like a child. I don't think you have to.
I will use my machine gunner to suppress the rifleman.
Wrong.
So it is 4.
But can you not add
6.
my scout's defense, because my scout's going to use his body as a human shield?
No, it doesn't work like that. So there's a 6 being done using the machine gunner.
Except they fell in love many deployments ago, and my scout will do anything to keep his lover alive.
That's well. So that's a 7 and an 8.
He hurls his body into the air to catch all of the bullets.
So your rifleman, no, he's just have to duck down behind the rocks. It's okay. He's fine. He's fine. So that is the rifleman suppressed. I'm going.
Thanks, Mystic. Thanks for trying.
I'm going to. That again. No, don't want to do that. I'm going to use my warrant officer to take back my machine gunner using the inspire action. And then I'm going to use my machine gunner again. Right, and I'm going to suppressing fire against the scout. So if that was 6, it's 7 or more, isn't it? Yes. All right, let's get that scout pinned down.
You'd like that now that you've taken out his lover.
And I get a 10 and a 7, so they are locked down as well. Final card is a scout. The scout is going to use recon to get rid of this Fog of War card out of my hand. And that is all those cards done. Okay. Right. It's getting close, it's getting close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Let me just quickly get my card. Okay, that is done. Sarah, your cards. You have the Rifleman. You have Fog of War. You have a second Fog of War. And you have a second Rifleman. So 2 Riflemen, 2 Fogs of War.
Fog of War.
Fog of War for your initiative. All right. That goes down there. All right. Fog of War initiative. I are using my scout. So that's a 6. So initiative goes over to me. We'll
Lost everyone.
discard that. Discard this. Okay.
I'm so close yet so far away. I've lost the game.
Using my machine gunner to suppress your machine gunner. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 or more. All right, here we go. Yep, got a 9 there, so your gunner is suppressed. Okay, that does that. Going to play Engineer's card.
You unsuppressed him earlier, right? Or
The
unmurdered him?
The Engineer? No, he's only just...
Oh, he's just now unsuppressed, so do you
It's
have
just-
another engineer card in your hand then?
And I have another Engineer card in my hand, okay? So he now needs to, on 3 dice, 6 or more. Okay, here we go.
No 6s, no 6s, no 6s.
Here we go. Oh, you can't. Hang on a second. I feel like I need to. Hang on a second, because we've got to be fair here. Does it count for the fact of that it's rolled out of the? But there it is. There's a 6.
That's up to Chad. That's up to Chad on that one.
I got a 6. I haven't touched it. If it can't stay in the box, it doesn't count. Is that what chat's saying? Oh, chats can be cruel.
Oh, they said Mystic has spoken. That says that you have to re-roll that one.
I'm gonna re-roll it. Oh, so that's a 1 and a 4 of my actual score. Oh, you're making me re-roll this. You guys are cruel. All right, okay, I'll do it.
Oh no!
This is going to make. This is the make or break because as you
This
know,
roll is for who wins.
Yeah, basically, because I've used my engineer cards, it's going to take forever for them to potentially come up again. Oh, here we go. 6. Was it 6 or more? 6 or more? Did I need 6 or more? Yes, I need 6 or more. 1 dice. Oh, here we go.
1, 2. No!
Oh my goodness, that was close.
Yeah, it was literally this roll was either going to be him winning or me winning, because when it came to my turn, I was just going to flip mine over and then control it and then win. But
Yes.
no.
Yes, it was just down to that dice.
All right, wipe the board, reset it up, let's go.
Oh, we've run out of time.
We have not.
We
make the rules.
So there we go. So, that was awesome. That was so much fun. So there we go.
Talk about a nail biter ending. There you go.
That is the end of that particular scenario.
And we even went back and fixed our mistake where we had replayed a non-tokened character. We even went back and replayed it, so we played it all properly. We did.
There are, as I said from the start, there are 11 scenarios. Look at the size of that map. There are vehicles that you can get to use. A medium tank, light truck, a gun truck, scout car, which adds an additional dynamic to the game.
The way that we have to play, I think that this setup was really good. I think trucks and tanks might have made it a...
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's... Yeah, this is...
So I'm the scenario we did.
This was definitely the starting scenario. But the good thing about it is that actually to learn about using vehicles is not much more. We pretty much have, 90% of the game we've done, yeah? So that's the book of all the scenarios for North Africa. I've shown you the rule book.
He's also let us know scenario number 12 online.
Oh, right. Oh, excellent. Okay, so they are produced. And a good thing about it is that the tiles... you could create your own scenario. There's no reason why not. You've got various objective markers. You can change the order and orientation of these tiles as you see fit. So you could create your own. But here's the box. I do love the artwork throughout the game on this. It's really, really cool. The box is a clever box. It has everything to be. I'm sure it does. Let me just make sure. Because we do like good boxes, yes. So here we go. Hopefully you can see that everything packs away quite nicely into the box. But as Dan mentioned right at the start, there is essentially an expansion pack for both Normandy and Africa, which is Undaunted Reinforcements. Okay. You might be able to see that this box is so much deeper, because what you're able to do is put everything from both of those games into this one box. So effectively you can discard the old boxes and have both games all into one. Alright? There's loads of elements that I haven't even unpacked here. New cards, right? It is a great game. There's lots to do with it. And as I said, they are launching a third game, which is Stalingrad. So it's going to be fighting within the city. So of course, we've had sort of the D-Day beaches. This is North Africa, and we'll also then have, as I say, fighting in a city, which will give you a different style of play. I don't know. Maybe you're able to go into buildings for cover. That'd be interesting. So, I really enjoyed that. Come on, Sarah. What did you think? I'm sure you did enjoy, but
even though I lost, I would play this again for sure.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's a great review on a game. That even if you lost, you're willing to play it again. but the art was really nice, and I was so close. So close. I was so far in the beginning. I was so far from winning in the beginning, but then it was so close.
Yes, and again, only because we were learning a little bit about how the game plays, and then of course, as we play, we're realizing the value of our particular units, aren't we, and what we're able to do with them. So as we've experienced many times with many different games, the second time we play, we'll know exactly what we're doing and we'll dive straight on into it, and it will be a very different experience, which I will definitely look forward to. But I like it because it's a sort of skirmish war game without any miniatures. And you can quite easily play a few little scenarios here and have a good evening from it. You feel like you've played a large war game just in a very sort of condensed way. I really enjoy it. I think that was a lot of fun. I'm certainly going to be intrigued, as we were just Dam's talking about Stalingrad there. So proper campaign mode. Yep, I think that's going to be exciting. So that will be releasing at some point during this year. I think it might be September. For some reason, I want to say September. Wow. Whew. There we go then. That was intense. It was a lot of fun.
So thanks to play.
No, it's great to be able to play against you on this. I am sure we'll see you on the channel again pretty soon with another type of game. Next week we're going to be doing a detective game. We're going to be playing Sherlock, as in Mr. Holmes. So that is the game for next week. Tomorrow evening there will be some painting happening on the channel, but you'll have to check social media tomorrow when I let you guys know what we'll be doing. So painting tomorrow evening from 7 o'clock. Right, and Sarah, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.
I'll go drown my sorrows in chocolate chip cookie dough.
That sounds like a plan. Bye, Ben.
One dice roll. Oh. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay then, so our thanks to Sarah for playing tonight's game of Undaunted North Africa from Osprey Games. My goodness, that was intense. That was really enjoyable. If you've liked what you've seen this evening, then do go and check it out in your local tabletop gaming store. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Look forward to another games night next week. But until then, bye for now.